You know, every Pokemon generation, people just kind of attach themselves to that one starter Pokemon that evolves into the coolest looking thing. Generation 1 easily gravitates towards Charizard because everybody wants the Fire Dragon, and despite the fact that you have a dinosaur with a tree growing out of its back or a giant turtle with cannons in its shoulders, people just can't get past the whole, I'm a giant fire-breathing dragon thing, so that's why Charizard got to be by himself in Super Smash Bros. 4. Funnily enough, I never really had any impression that either of the Generation 2 starters was popular over the others. I guess Feraligatr kind of looked like a blue version of Leatherhead, but I never really got the impression that anybody liked any of the Generation 3 starters over the others. Mostly everybody just tried to import their Charizards from the old ones. Gen 3 had Blaziken, which, considering it evolved from a tiny little chick that in itself evolved into an anthropomorphic penis, I'd say that Blaziken actually managed to do pretty good by Generation 3. But I gotta say, looking at the fully evolved forms of all the Pokemon from this generation, I think Ninja Frog kind of nailed it for this one. I mean, everybody may be talking about Archer Owl for Sun and Moon, but this guy, I really kind of liked. I thought he was a fighting type Pokemon at first, but the fact that he is dark is just great. That means that he's a starter Pokemon that would actually be able to stand against Mewtwo's greatest... that would be able to be type advantages against Mewtwo. Like, I'm a dark type. Your super psychic powers have absolutely no effect on me. Well, shit. Although, like, since that's his tongue wrapped around him, it will probably come out more like... What? I'm immature. Okay, so we got Ninja Frog. Now, it's kind of weird when you stand a frog up because it has such massive thighs and then such skinny little shins. Although, like, I guess if he was a frog, he would be... It's actually kind of cool that his articulation is actually... Yeah, like, that's how he would stand if his legs worked like an actual frog's. Ribbit. So yeah, I can it's nice to see that you can actually do that with his legs, although they have enough range to also bend the way a regular knee would. So like, this is the way a frog's knee actually goes, this is the way this character's leg goes for, purposes. And he has a swivel there too. Nifty. Yeah, he actually has pretty good range in his legs. Really nice. I guess we're doing articulation now. He has a ball-jointed waist. It doesn't have quite as much range as Mewtwo's, but it still serves as a swivel, and pretty good. He has universal joints in his shoulders. He has elbows, which get a full 90, and he has a bicep swivel. And he has wrist joints. Like, how come he gets wrist joints and Mewtwo doesn't have wrist joints? That's so weird. Like, there's nothing holding Mewtwo back from having wrist joints if this is what they can do. I mean, don't tell me that Mewtwo's arms are too skinny, because this dude's arms are just as skinny. And he has a head swivel. The tongue, from what I can tell, does not move. You can tell because it's kind of sculpted to be over his shoulder. So the tongue does not actually move. I don't think it really has to. Although they did make it out of a softer, gummier plastic, so it is... pliable. I mean, it goes back to its original shape, but it at least, like, you got a tongue. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And again, I love the fact that we get this really cool action figure of Greninja, not because I'm a massive Pokemon fan, but because I am a massive Super Smash Bros. Fan. So it's just once again fantastic to have something that can stand alongside World of Nintendo figures and look pretty darn natural. Although maybe his scale is a little bit too big. Here is the World of Nintendo Ocarina of Time Link figure, and Greninja is pretty big. I mean, granted, Greninja's under no obligation to be human height, but I don't know. Anyone who has a Pokedex entry on this guy and can tell me how tall he's supposed to be, then let me know if this would be an appropriate height next to Link, who I'm assuming is a little bit under 6 feet tall. He's probably like 5'8" or something. Or if they massively overscaled him. Like, do you like him this way, or do you think it would have been better if he was more Lucario's height? You tell me in the comments, because I'm sure there's some guys down there who are much bigger Pokemon nerds than I. Alright, but again, this figure is pretty freaking fantastic. I love him. So, yeah. If these guys should be hitting Toys R Us stores, check out the video game action figure aisles. They should be right in my store. They're right next to the Sonic figures, so pretty hard for me to miss. And once again, highly recommended by Wakeangel2K1. Go out and get them.